Now we still have find the value of the unknown. Now remember, you want to test the two criteria I gave you. Number one, is the triangle a right angle triangle? Yes. Number two, do we have two sides and we are told to find the third side? Yes. So we can use Pythagoras theorem. By the theorem, we have the longest side, hypotenuse square, equals to opposite square plus adjacent square. Now the next step is for you to name the sides or label the sides. Now we said the side facing angle 90 is the hypotenuse. So this side is the hypotenuse. Then we have the side facing the angle is the what? Opposite. So we have opposite because it's facing this angle here. While the third side would be the adjacent. So it means hypotenuse is 13. Opposite is z, which is the unknown. Adjacent is 12. Now let's slot it into the formula. So we can have hypotenuse 13 square equals to opposite, we have z square plus adjacent 12 square. Do you understand this? 13 square is 13 times 13 equals to z square plus 12 square is 144. 12 times 12. I think you can do that. Now we are trying to find z, so we have to collect like terms. What that means is that numbers will come together. 144 will travel from the right hand side of the equation left hand side to meet its party 169. Alright, so we'll be having 169. The sign of 144 is plus. When it crosses the equal to sign, it becomes minus. So we have 169 minus 144 equals to, I'm left with z square. Does this make sense? Now what is 169 minus 144? 9 minus 4 is 5. 6 minus 4 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. So I'm left with 25 equals to z square, which implies that z square equals to 25. This is just common sense. If Ade is equals to Bimbo, it means Bimbo is equal to Ade. It's just common sense. She? So now we are trying to find z, not z square. So how do we remove the square on top? We find the square root of both sides. So find the square root of both sides. Let me just use BS to signify both sides. So I do square root of z square equals to square root of 25. Now square root of z square will give us z. You can think of it as square root cancel square. So we are left with z equals to square root of 25 will give us 5. Because 5 times 5 is 25. And the unit is what? Centimeters. So my answer is z equals to 5 centimeters. Do you understand this? Now let's take a final example.